So instead of starting off with like some general questions, I want to get right into the project. Okay?
Yeah.
So my first question, and if you guys see me looking at my phone, it's because all the questions are on my phone.
Me too. I have them all on my phone too.
So give me a little rundown of music therapy, like a little elevator pitch of it.
What does elevator pitch mean? Like
If I
were to...
like 30 seconds a minute, just super short. Like, how do you describe that project?
So music therapy was is a culmination of my life and events ever since like I started like being a creative, I guess. So like back when I was in 6th grade making YouTube videos to now when I'm like making music like, you know, full time basically. Music therapy is just like a whole story talking about my life, but not in like a boastful way. It's more so in a struggles way where I'm facing all these like different struggles and then overcoming them and putting them into like a journal and telling people about it, you know, well, not telling people about it, but telling myself about it so that in the future I could look back and read the journals and look how far I've come. And that was the reason why it's called music therapy is because, you know, there's a lot of things that I've gone through, but I know that there's a lot of things that other people have gone through as well. And I think music is one of the most healing ways, or one of the best ways to heal when times of struggle come around. So that's all music therapy. Like that was my whole purpose for music therapy, is to help those people that go through those struggles, and to also just help myself in general. It wasn't a cry for sympathy, you know. It wasn't to make people like, oh, his life is so terrible, I should like, you know, like be supportive of him or anything like that. It was just to get like my feelings out there and also so people could relate to it, you know.
And I think tons of people can relate to a lot of the things that you said with the things that you talk about with mental health and everything. Like that's a big issue, and I actually have a question later talking about that.
Yeah.
But my second question is going to be, how do you think that music therapy steps up from your previous EP?
So the Unattainable State of Mind, my first ever project that I did, well, hold on. First, Fortnite King YouTube, thank you for joining. I do know David Rivera. He is my uncle, so thank you for coming. I really appreciate that. But the Unattainable State of Mind, the first project that I've ever done, was my EP. Yeah, it was the first EP that I ever released. A lot of people call it an album because there's like 8 songs to it. But it was, I always consider it an EP because there's 2 scenes and 6 songs. So
yeah,
if you're only counting songs, it's just like an EP. It's different because it was never really intended to be something like personal or like moving. It was just a cool little like project that I wanted to put out because I had never put out a project before. So I wanted to make a little project, but it's like more so a story. Because the Unattainable State of Mind, it starts off with the hospital room scene. And that scene is like, there's a lady that wakes up in the hospital room. She doesn't like know why she's there. She was in a coma for 9 months. And then there's a doctor explaining to her like what happened. And then like how she survived miraculously and she shouldn't have. So it's like kind of like life lesson where your life is short. You should make sure to keep going, right? Or do what you love, or like, you know, spend time with the people you love. And then after that, I'm kind of like going on a tangent right now, but like,
no, it's fine.
So basically after that, what happens is that there's like a little voice on the TV talking about like nuclear warfare between the U.S. and like North Korea, because that was like a big thing at the time, you know. And then that kind of like goes into Unattainable, the song. And that's like a whole song about like warfare and things like that. Oh, Tria, hey Tria, what's up, man? Hey Ahmad, it's nice to see
Ahmad?
you, dude. Who's the snack on the right? Who is on the right? Oh, that's Prese. Ooh. But
happy birthday, Ahmad.
It's your birthday. Happy birthday, dude. So anyway, where was I? What was I talking about?
Unattainable.
Yeah. So that song talks about like warfare between two leaders, you know, and how it destroys the whole planet. I made that EP to keep it open-ended because one of my inspirations is Logic, and he's awesome with his concept albums, you know, like the Incredible True Story. What else is there? Everybody. I was about to call that Africarian because that was originally if you didn't know, that was originally like the project name for Everybody. But so there was the Incredible True Story. Well, I guess it starts at Under Pressure technically.
Yeah.
But that's like a little hint, like a subtle hint of it. The Incredible True Story. Really everybody. And then now Ultra 85 is gonna be like the next one, right? Yeah. So
which I can't wait for.
I can't wait for either. The thing about that is like, I always thought it was such a cool idea to like make a story out of like an album, you know, because like Logic like, you know, did that. I want to do something like that. So I started the Unattainable State of Mind, kind of like how Under Pressure just like leaves like subtle hints. Like Unattainable State of Mind leaves it very open-ended for maybe in the future where I want to make some like concept project, which I don't have any idea for yet, you know, but like there's the doors are open there. So going back to the main question, that EP, it was just like, you know, it was dabbling in projects. It was like just, you know, trying stuff out, seeing where I could go with it. Music Therapy was like my first official album where I put my whole heart and soul into that, and then I was like, so, oh my gosh, like that was, I honestly feel like I can't top Music Therapy at the moment, because I feel like that's one of the best things I could have like made, you know.
It's a great project.
Thank you so much. But like, yeah, it's different because Music Therapy was super well thought out, in my opinion. It was super thought out. Like I made sure to put like my whole like thought into that, and the Unattainable State of Mind was just like a fun project that leaving doors open for. Music is therapeutic. You're right, Moner. Was it Moner or Monir?
I don't know.
I feel like I don't want to like say your guys' names wrong.
Let us know, like spell it out with like hyphens and stuff.
Yeah. Hey Fortnite King, you're next to David right now. That's cool. Tell him I said hi and that I miss him. He was my uncle. That's my uncle, by the way, guys. He came over like a couple weeks ago. No, last week. He came over, I think it was last week, and we hung out. It's always super fun. So, let's see. Yeah, I definitely see the inspiration of Logic. Your EP seemed to be an intro to this one to me. Thank you so much. Yeah, I do get a lot of inspiration from Logic. You do too, right?
Logic's the GOAT.
Logic is the GOAT.
Logic's the GOAT.
Hey, Alondra.
So my next question, getting into the project. So who is Zephyr and how did you meet him?
Okay, this is a cool story. So Zephyr is a friend that I met from this music composition contest that I went to in 2018. I submitted in 2017 and went 2018. And that's how I got this plaque right here. Flexing on you guys a little bit. But I also have another one over there. But this guy, basically what happened, we went to that contest on totally different, not totally different reasons, but like for different songs. We had never known each other before then, right? So I went for Imperfect Harmony because I submitted that song with Will and Neha. He went for one of his remixes that he had done back in 2017, and we met each other there. And the reason why we clicked is because we were one of the only people that went there that used FL Studio. Nobody else like used FL Studio. Everybody was using Ableton or Logic. So that's like crazy. When he mentioned that he had used FL Studio, and there's like only one other person that said that they did. So like all three of us, we kind of like just started talking. But me and Connor, like, we just vibed with each other really well. So after that composition contest, we had exchanged like contact information. You know, I had his number, he had my number, and when summer came around, I was in the midst of like making Music Therapy, and I had this like one idea for a beat, and then I was like, you know, this sounds really cool, like really chill, but there's something missing. And then I immediately thought of Connor, and this is also the time where Every Day came out by Logic, so I was like, there's like that, you know, whole trap and also EDM mixture. I was like, that'd be so cool to make something like that. And I immediately, like, I already knew Connor's stuff. I've heard his stuff before, and I was like, dang, like, I know for a fact I want him to like do something with me, right? So I got in contact with him, and I was like, hey, you wanna like work on this project together, like on the song that I'm working on? He was like, yeah, of course, you know. So I sent him over like the files, and we just went back and forth between each other, just like looking to, or just like, you know, seeing what would come out of it. And at first he was like, I don't know if I can really do anything to this beat. And then I mentioned the song Every Day by Logic. He was like, oh my gosh, I love that song. Okay, now I know what you want. Yeah. So we made the song together. Then I made the vocals, and then we resubmitted that to ILMEA, that music composition seminar that I went to 2017. We already submitted it for this year, and that was back in January, so like a couple weeks ago too, right? So we just went there again, but this time we went together for that one song, you know. And now My Way is my most played song on Spotify, which has like over 2,000 plays now. It's just crazy. It's super awesome, but like, you know, it's just crazy like how things happen, you know. If I never went to that contest, I would have never met like Connor.
Would have never made the song. Would have never got those plays on it.
Exactly. It's crazy how exactly. It's so cool. But yeah.
All right. So yeah, let's keep on one chat. Well, Prez prays to Logic every day. Yes, I do. The pun there, I hope, was intended with every day. But yes, I pray to Logic every day.
Yeah. Can you say hi to David on the stream? Hey, deal, David. It's nice to see you. My Way is fire. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So, what's the next question?
Okay, so my next question is, in Don't Sleep There's Monsters, you kind of talk about like falling asleep and like dreaming and thinking about the things that are like haunting you.
Mm-hmm.
So was there a specific dream or something that you had that inspired that?
No, there is no. How I got the inspiration for that song? You know Token, right? Like the rapper. Yeah. He has this one song called Happiness, and it's like, show me what happiness is. You know, it's like that's like the whole concept to like his song. What I thought was really cool though was how he like showed perspective of like, because it's like all about like depression and mental illness, right? So he shows the perspective of like one girl that like she cuts and stuff like that, and then like one perspective, like that's one verse, and then the second verse is like perspective of a dude that he gets bullied a lot, and then like he has like problems at home and stuff like that. And I always thought that was a really cool like idea. And the music video, because I watched the music video first before I just like listened to the song by itself. The whole music video, everything about it was like super cool, and that just kind of stuck with me. And then when I was making Don't Sleep There's Monsters, that idea popped back into my head when I was making the beat. So I did the thing, like I took inspiration from that, because you know the first verse starts off with a girl. She woke up this morning early enough to put makeup before school, you know, talking about her and her struggles and like the way she acts, but like how she actually is, you know. And then the same thing with the dude, where like how he's bullied all the time, but when he's alone, like, you know, he thinks of like really like serious stuff, you know. And the whole metaphor for like Don't Sleep There's Monsters is like, you know, there's so many things that happen, and like a lot of things can overtake us, you know, like with like mental health and like depression and stuff like that, like but the thing is, you know, we try to push it away, but it's like it's kind of like something that's always like consistently there, you get me? You know, so like, do you ever fear what goes on inside your head when you sleep at night? Is like, you know, like, do you ever fear like what you think of unintentionally, you know? Because like when you dream, you don't choose what you dream about.
It just happens.
Yeah, it just happens.
Natural.
Yeah, so that's like kind of like the idea I was trying to convey. And then like through the story of like this girl and this guy, kind of like exemplifies or like, you know, amplifies what you know I'm talking about in the song. So
Token always has great music videos. I love the way that he can like switch perspectives, and like recently with this new project he got into like less just trying to rap as fast as he could and more of like his feelings and in depth and stuff like that. And I love Token for that.
Yeah, I found out about Token like from Twitter. Like I remember, I don't even know how I came across him, but I remember seeing like a freestyle that he did. Yeah. Like, and it was on his Twitter, and that was like the first time I ever like known about Token. And I still don't really like listen to his project. I really should just like start listening to him more, because he's like really cool. But I only listened to a couple songs. But like I first heard of Token like on Twitter, which is like, it's crazy. Let's see. Bro, Happiness is so good. Did you listen to Token's new project? Prez did. I didn't. Yeah, I should probably listen to that. By the way, the music in the background is from both mine and Tegan's projects and previous projects. We have a playlist on Spotify called Adriel, Rivera, and Prese. And if you want to go check it out after this live stream, the links are in the description. The link is in the description. It says our Spotify playlist. So basically, it's just a playlist of our songs, you know. So if you guys want to like listen to it, jam with us, you can see in the bottom corner over here the song name and all of that. Right now, Top Notch is playing by Prez and Alliance White. So if you guys want to check out those songs. Check us out in general. Links are in the description. Is this video sponsored by Nice Water? No, but if you want to sponsor us, nice. Well,
that's dope. Nice water.
It's Nice
I
Water.
like that.
It's not sponsored, but if you want to sponsor me, I haven't had a sponsorship before. You know, okay, I haven't had a sponsorship, but I got sent a microphone to do a review on, which I'm going to be doing really soon. But it's super cool because like a company got in contact with me like while I was at that music composition seminar, and they're like, hey, we want to send you like a free microphone so you can review on your channel. And I was like, dude, this is awesome. But like, yeah, of course, like why not, you know? And I obviously I was like, hold on, I want to be able to give my genuine feedback about it, because like one of my biggest things is like I always want to be genuine with my audience. You know, like I never want to like sell out or anything like that. So I was like, I'll do it as long as I get to like be genuine, like, and say like things that I really think about this microphone. They're like, yeah, of course. So they sent it over. I have it over there. It's a wireless microphone, and I'll be doing like a review about it soon. But yeah, it's really cool. So
That's awesome.
Making big moves.
That's a sizable move right there.
Thank you.
So where did the idea for, I know the song Psychosis, obviously it's in the name, I know where it comes from.
Yeah.
But where did the idea for the chorus come from, and kind of personifying psychosis?
So, oh man, I never thought about that before. The idea for that song, because like obviously I talk about my mom's mental illness and stuff like that. I can't remember if I made the chorus or the verses first. I think I made the chorus first. The whole beat I made when I was like in Tennessee, and it was like originally I was gonna make like a different vibe, but because of all the things that like have gone on in my life, you know, I decided to like just make it about that. Basically, the whole chorus, like I don't know, it just came to me. I think what happened first is I came up with like the chorus, and then I stitched together the verses into it, cause like I came with like the la 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 la, you know, that was just something that I heard in my head right away when I was making the song. So I recorded that, and it was just supposed to be a placeholder. I was just like messing around, you know, and like I wasn't like planning on keeping that, but I added all those effects to it. Showed my dad it too, you know, and he was like, it's pretty, like that sounds pretty cool. Yeah. You know, and I was like, it does sound pretty cool, and so I kept it there, but I decided to relate it back to like my experiences with my mom's mental illness from like her perspective and from my perspective. But like I think it's just like, you know, it's crazy how things just like naturally fall in place, because I wasn't planning on personifying psychosis in that way, which if you guys don't know, psychosis is like a mental illness that like causes like hallucinations and, you know, like false judgment of like reality and things like that. So the one thing that's prominent with my mom is that sometimes she would like hear voices and things like that. So I like, you know, saying like the whole la la la, like trying to block them out like a little kid, kind of like, you know, how like kids are like la 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 when they want to listen to you. Like that's how I wanted to personify it, you know, or that's how like it came about, because like it just made sense that way, you know. And then coming from my perspective, where it's like all you hear is la la la, it's like you're trying to ignore us. Yeah. But like, you know, it's not her fault though, you know. It's like it's like, especially like one thing that I think is like should be like, you know, mentioned is that mental illness is never the person's fault, whoever has it, you know, like, and it should never be taken that way. But the thing is, like, you know, sometimes like me being young, like you're confused, you know, when you don't know much about it, it's like hard to understand, it's hard to grasp. But you know, that's kind of like how it came about, I guess you could say, you know. Okay. So Crystal Baena. Hi Crystal, it's nice to see you. It's my cousin. Hi. This is Prese, my buddy Prese. I don't know. Nice to meet you. Yeah, it's nice. Nice to digitally meet. Basically. So yeah. So building off of that question and the explanation you gave, so obviously mental illness is a big thing, and it seems like it's becoming a bigger. Oh shoot! Hold up. Got him. My camera got me. Man, this sucks. Don't worry. It's gonna be done. We back though. Alright, we good. We back though. We back. That's how you professionally handle things, fellas. You're right. Okay, but
back to getting serious. So, mental health is a huge thing in our society, and it seems like it's getting like a light shed on it a little bit more recently.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering how, or like, what advice would you give to people that are experiencing that, and how would you help them to cope and realize that it's not their fault or the other person's fault? And like, what advice would you give to you as a young kid, like feeling like she's not caring or blocking you out?
Man, it's a hard question, because it's like, it's something that just kind of like you have to realize over time. I think it's really hard when you're younger because you're so used to things, and change is like, yeah, well, I think anybody thinks that change is like hard, right? So like when things like that happen, you kind of don't understand. If I were to go like back in time now and tell myself when I was younger, like some advice, I think my advice would be like, don't worry, like it'll get better soon, because this isn't your mom, this isn't who, and like if you're dealing with mental illness yourself, like this isn't who you're supposed to be, this isn't who you're meant to be. It's just like another block in the road that you got to get over, you know. And I'm not saying it's like easy, and I'm not saying like get over it, you know, but like it's like you know, everybody has problems, and this is like one of yours that you have to face. And like it's okay though, it's okay to face it, because there's always somebody there, you know. Somebody is gonna be there to help you. There's always someone that cares no matter what, you know. So if I were to go back in time and tell myself, I'd say don't worry, you know, things will get better. Like you have, like your family cares about you, your family's here for you, and your mom cares about you. It's just like, you know, things are clouding her head right now, you know. And if I were to tell someone else that's going through, like, you know, like if you have a family member or you yourself are like, you know, dealing with something like that, it's like, it's okay. Like, you know, like it's a lot more common than you think it is, and you're not alone in this fight. There's many people that have gone through similar struggles as you have, and there's many people that are there to support you no matter what, you know, like your friends, your family. So I just say, like, you know, don't worry, you know. That's like the biggest thing I could say, you know.
Okay. That's I mean, that makes sense, because I feel like if I was in that situation, I would take lots of blame, because just like knowing who I am, I would feel like, okay, so like what am I doing wrong, or like how do I help this person? And sometimes just like they have to go through it themselves and develop by themselves. There's not much that I can do.
Yeah.
So to lighten it up a little bit, who are your inspirations? And I want to know, like, specifically like production, and then when it comes to lyrics or release strategies or just whatever.
So definitely, like, I think my biggest inspiration, I'd say, is like my older brother, Gabriel, because like he's the one that motivated me from like the beginning to do music, like as a career, because like that's his mindset. That's what he's always like, you know. Well, that's what he learned, and he will like push me to do like things like that, you know. So I'd say like number one, my biggest motivator and like inspiration is my brother. But when it comes to like music, like musicality and stuff like that, John Bellion, super dope dude. I remember I found out about John Bellion like back in like 2016, and like I heard a lot of his songs, and I was like, dang, they sound pretty cool. And then when I started seeing like his behind the scenes videos, and like seeing like how he's just like loves to make music, and he's just like sweating music, I was like, dang, this dude is awesome. And like I took after him afterwards, you know. And I was like, man, this guy is like crazy dude, you know, crazy cool. Another person, Logic. My brother showed me Logic. So that's how I got into him. At first I didn't really like rap, you know, like rap was like, ew, rap? Like, why would you listen to this stuff? The devil's music. Yeah, as they say. Exactly. So, but then when my brother started listening to Logic, at first I was like, oh, whatever. Like, this sounds like it's okay. But, like, what was the first song my brother showed me from Logic? It's like a really old one. It's like on Young Sinatra or something.
Do you remember which one? Welcome to Forever.
It's not Welcome to Forever, I know that. It's like...
Oh, way back.
It's like... yeah. Hold on. Let me try to think about it. Beggin'. It's begging, like begging you. Put your lovely hand. I don't know if you know that one.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So that song, that was like one of the first Logic songs like my brother showed to me, and like I actually liked it. You know, so then I started listening to more Logic, and then I started getting into like the rap genre in general through Logic. So he's another one of my inspirations. And when it comes to like rapping and stuff like that, that's like one of like the people I always like think about when I rap, because I just love his flow and stuff like that. John Bellion is also super awesome at rapping too.
He's a phenomenal rapper.
It's crazy how good he is. So
he really thinks about his lyrics.
Yeah.
Like, he has great punchlines.
Shoot. I know, it's crazy. Who else? Russ? A lot of people hate Russ, but like I don't know why. Like,
so, like, I don't get it. People just hating Russ because Russ is good. Like, I don't understand, because he's cocky and stuff.
Exactly. Like he does have that cocky side to him, but like it's because he does everything himself, you know. And like that's what I like about him, is that he makes his masters and engineers everything. He sings, raps, you know. He does so much stuff, and he's like made it there. Like, he's been doing music for so long. He's like, but he kept pushing. He's so motivated, and like that's why I think Russ is really good. You know, I look up to Russ and stuff like that. And there's so many other like artists too. That's just like the recent ones, but like I used to listen to like so many other things. I used to listen to like EDM back then, but I also used to listen to like rock as well, like alternative rock and things like that. And like all those have like inspired me like over the years, and like made me make the genre that I'm doing right now, you know. So it's just so much, like a whole combination of like a bunch of things.
And I like that you cover a lot of different genres, because I try to do that, and I do it in a different way. As you like mesh it together inside of a project, and it all sounds, it all like flows together. I kind of drop different projects of different sounds.
Like how For the Record was like all hip hop.
Exactly.
Like boom bap.
Exactly.
Stuff. Yeah.
So, you mentioned Logic and how that got you into rap. So when Logic got you into rap, was there any other rap artists that you caught on to like pretty quickly that are now like up there for you, or is Logic pretty much your guy for rap?
I think Logic is pretty much my guy for rap. And in all honesty, like I can't say like I'm super in, because I love Logic, but like I can't say I'm super into hip hop, because I don't listen to like Travis Scott like how everybody else does, or like who else is out there? J. Cole, yeah. You know, Drake, yeah, exactly. I don't listen to those people, like the people that are up there. So I don't know, when it comes to like hip hop and stuff like that, Logic is like the only guy I really do listen to. Recently there's this guy that my brother showed me. His name's Adriel Stress Out, and like he's like another really cool dude. He's not as well known, but he raps and stuff like that, and like he has like a frat boy kind of style of rapping. If you listen to it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But I don't know, it's just I like that for some reason, and it's really cool, and he's doing really well with his music, and I think he's like another inspirational person. And that's like, I don't listen to him as often as my brother does, but he's like another cool person that I think is like probably gonna end up being like one of my more like in rotation kind of like people.
Yeah. So I'm just coming up with things off of like what you're saying. So so we talked about Drake for a quick second.
Yeah.
So people are like, oh, Drake doesn't write his own stuff, which is not true. He's not written things in the past, but like, how do you feel on an artist? And it's different when you credit the writers, but when you don't credit the writers, what do you feel about that?
I think you should always give credit where credit is due, unless somebody says like oh, don't worry about it, like, you know, because I know that people have like other people in their songs. Like John Bellion, he had his sister singing one of his songs, and she's not credited anywhere, but it, like, just because she doesn't want to be out there in the limelight. That's the thing, you know. And like, obviously, like, I think you should respect what other people do. But if they explicitly tell you like, I don't want to be like credited or anything like that, then obviously, like, you know, you don't have to do that. But you should always give credit where credit is due. You know, if somebody does something for you, you know, like help you out with like writing, or like even like makes a song for you, like always ask them, how do you want to be credited? Because like that's like the biggest thing you should do, you know. And
that's how I feel, because it's not like his writer came out and was like, yeah, that dude was super bogus to me, he did me dirty, he never credited me on any of the things I made for him. He was just like, he paid me a lot of money. I was comfortable with that, and it is what it is. And now he has the songs, and they're classic songs, and
exactly.
And that's just what happens.
So let's see what you guys got in the comments. I agree with not liking mainstream rap nowadays. This is from Jonathan Bonilla. I agree with not liking mainstream rap nowadays. You should look into some old school or early 2000s of rap. You would really enjoy the craft of these artists. My uncle has actually shown me, my tío David, he's shown me a lot of like old school rap because like he grew up listening to a lot of old school. And yeah, I do think it's really cool because like you hear that like you did some like old school like kind of like, you know, boom bap style music, you know. But if I were to listen to more rap, I definitely think like that old, you know, early 2000s, late like 1990s is kind of what I would be listening to. Russ is really good.
Facts.
Yeah, facts. I just spit so much there. I'm sorry. Your music has Eminem energy, especially with music therapy. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's another. I don't listen to Eminem that much either. I know he's like one of the greats out there, and I mean like I've listened to from him. Like I agree. You know,
he's got that emotional
exactly
like voice where you can like he says something and like you really feel that.
Yeah, exactly. So Eminem, my brother used to listen to a lot of Eminem, so I know a couple of his songs. But thank you. Yeah, being compared to Eminem is pretty.
Yeah,
take
that any day of the week.
Exactly.
That sounds great.
Adrian is dope. Adrian is pretty dope. He's super new in the game. Yeah, cause like he's got like only a couple 100,000 listeners on Spotify, which, you know, it's just pretty crazy. I would want to be there. You know? Yeah. But like it's like he's not super up there. So I can recommend you a song of 90s rap, and it is the epitome of what rap really is. What does epitome mean? I've never heard that word.
That's a good word. I want to figure out what it means. I might put that in a song.
I understand not liking the mainstream rap, as I said before. Yeah. I mean, it's not that I don't like it. I just don't think I'm interested enough to listen to it. You know? Because I feel like I could get into mainstream rap, but I'm just not like... I'm not.
Yeah, mainstream rap it's difficult because like being a rapper and like coming up with lyrics and stuff, like my lyrics aren't super duper lyrical, but they're not super like basic and talking about drugs and women and all that stuff. And it's just like it's hard to listen to mainstream rap because I want to appreciate it and I want to like champion those people for, you know, getting up there. Like that's cool and all, but it's just like it's not really my cup of tea because I don't really go through any of that stuff.
Yeah.
But so we talked about John Bellion earlier. So quick question.
Before we get into the questions, I also want to mention again that we got Super Chat. It's a new thing that YouTube got to me. So if you guys donate something, your chat will be up there for like a little while longer. So if you want to help us out, every time somebody donates $5 or every $5 that we get, we lick some Himalayan salt. So if you want to see us lick some salt and get chapped lips, you know I said that earlier, but if you want to, you know, see us get suffer, go.
I want some chapped lips. I want some salt.
So yeah, if you guys want to help us out, we'll entertain you with licking salt. One lick per $5.
One lick.
But yeah, so anyway, let's continue.
Okay, so John Bellion, GSP, Glory Sound Prep. How did you feel overall about that project, and what are your thoughts, like favorite songs?
From GSP, my favorite songs from there. Okay, one song I love from that one was Adult Swim. I love Adult Swim and Blue. Blue is just really catchy, like a really catchy song. The way it was like set up is really cool. But Adult Swim, like, sorry, I don't know if you could hear my little brother in the background. He's playing, so excuse him. But Adult Swim, like the first like the third verse, the last verse in that one, he's talking about like his music and how it's like changed his life, and how he's doing it as a job, but like he's not flexing, like you know, he's like just talking about how he like, because of his music, he was able to go on a vacation with his family to Greece and seeing like all these different places and stuff like that. And the fact that his music is like just giving him the best life possible. Like he says, like, peace in my life is awesome. It's awesome, right? Like that's one of his lyrics in that song. And I always like when I always listen to that song, I always loved like that line, like "Peace in my life, it's awesome," because like he's doing what he loves, like, and he has enough money to just like explore the world and you know just relax and feel like, you know, happy, you know. And like that's like one of my favorite songs from there because it's just like so relaxing, you know. It's so like, oh my gosh, I just want to get there, you know, get to that point where I could just hang with my family, you know, and like, you know, help my like parents retire and, you know, just go on vacations with them. It's like, it's where I want to be, you know. I drink so much of my water.
Well, you better hope we don't get salt.
You're right.
I mean, I hope we get salt, you know what I'm saying?
You're right.
But you're gonna be
super thirsty.
Yeah, so Stupid Deep off of that really gets me. And when he dropped the acoustic version, a whole nother beast. That one got me even more.
Yeah.
And like when I listen to them, I tear up almost every time.
I get you.
It gets me. I don't know how, but it really
the lyrics are so nice to that song too. I should have mentioned that one too. He says like, what if who I hope to be was always me? And like that's the thing, like when it comes to like being an entertainer, you know, like, and wanting to do that, like I know so many people that want to do that stuff, but like sometimes it's like you kind of want to do it to be recognized for like what you are, you know. And it's like you want to make it there and you want to be a different person because you want to be like known as someone great, you know. And like the thing is, you got to take a step back and be like, hold on, like this isn't what it's for, you know. And it's like his lyric, what if who I hope to be was always me, and all the love I fought to feel was always free. I like that. I love that line.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's so like powerful, you know, like, because like you don't need to be someone new. You don't need to do this for the attention or for more love, you know, like, because you're already who you are, you know. And I just, such a good song.
So I know that neither of us are the biggest artists, but we've definitely come a long way from when both of us started.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, what advice would you give to somebody that was just starting?
So someone that's just starting making music, make music for a reason, you know. There's a lot of like artists out there that are like we know a couple people that like do like music, and there's like some people that just rap about like the mainstream, like doing drugs or, you know, being with women and things like that. But like how I always feel that music should be done is like for a purpose, you know. Like when you provide something valuable for someone, like how with you, like you're talking about like the come up and the grind and like how you're facing like haters and stuff like that. Like there's people that are going through the same situation that want to get to where you are, because like there's people that are like, you know, smaller than us. Yeah. But like also the fact that like it's something that's relatable, you know, and it's like it provides value to people, I think is one of the biggest things. And like music therapy, the reason why I think it's being taken so well, because I'm getting like so many people like, oh my gosh, I love the album, which is like, I feel so grateful for that. It's crazy. But the reason why I think it did so well is because I'm talking about personal stuff about me, but it's intended to help other people, you know. And like I think if you're making music, make it for like a reason other than just like being the biggest or being the best, you know, because obviously you want to strive for being the best,
yeah,
you know, but like it's not like what the main thing is, you know. So I think that's one of the biggest things for people just starting out making music. And then also marketing, business. The business side of it is like you gotta know that stuff too. Like when I first started making music, I would like, if you go back to my old YouTube videos, it's all just like me posting singles and stuff like that, and like I knew nothing about like marketing. So like learning that stuff, like that's like another hurdle you're gonna have to like conquer, because like you're your own manager basically. You don't have anybody to like help you out with that stuff. Yeah. So
that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, for me, giving advice to somebody, just like he said, you know, have a purpose and stuff. But after you find all that stuff out, there's 3 things you need to know. You need to know how to market, and then look up some more things on marketing. Because if you don't, it doesn't matter. Like you can drop as many songs as you want, but unless there's traction coming to it, I mean, Like there was, hey, when I first started, I was like, oh, this song is a hit. I'm gonna drop it. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and I'm gonna be a sensation. Like obviously, it's that good. And it's just like, well, A, it wasn't that good, and B, like, how are people supposed to know it's out there?
Exactly.
So I think marketing is huge for growth, and I would learn about it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I
But-
get you. I agree. So let's see, what do we got? It's pronounced epitome. I think it's epitome. So he's talking about the other word up there. Epitome. What does that mean? We should Google it.
Yeah. I'll look it up.
$5. Ooh.
Oh man.
What genre do you classify yourself as, and what is the direction of your next project / album? So I kind of want to save this. I don't know if you're gonna. Well, okay. So this whole live stream is gonna be on our channels afterwards. So if like you guys have to leave in the middle of it, you can always come back. I want to save this question for when we start like answering all the questions on Instagram and stuff like that. But thank you so much for $5. You know what that means, Tegan?
Oh, we gotta take a lick.
Take a lick of salt.
Oh man.
Big lick.
Hold on, I wanna get a sizable piece. Oh man. Oh, this is warm.
This is more. It's because this is a salt lamp, so you got like light coming out of that. It's gonna heat it up.
Okay. So we gotta do it on 3. All right.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
I took 2 licks off. Oh god.
It's kind of good. I mean, I like salt.
It's not terrible. I think we need to take bigger licks next time.
Want to take another one?
Sure, we'll do.
I'll do 2 licks because you were our first one.
Yeah,
We
you're
appreciate you.
the first. We appreciate you, Jonathan. Let's do a big one. Big ol' lick.
All right.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's bad.
It's getting to me now. It's just like eating a packet of like movie salt.
Oh my gosh, this reminds me of the time where I had a sore throat during school, and they always made like I went to the nurse because I was actually I think I got strep throat during that time, and I kept going to the nurse because my throat hurt so bad, and I was like, I need to go home.
Yeah.
This is like elementary school. The nurse was like, just gargle salt water. So I went to gargle salt water, and like it helped none. And I went back to class. And I went back again. They're like, gargle salt water.
Do it
And I
again,
was-
yeah.
And then I had to go back and went back again, and they're like, gargle salt water. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not helping. And they finally sent me home after like the 3rd time. But those memories stay with you, man. This sucks.
like school nurses, I appreciate you and everything, but like, stop telling us to gargle salt water every single time.
I know.
Or I have a headache and they give you an ice pack. It's like, sometimes I just want to like, just let me go home. All right?
Exactly.
Like just let me go, so I can do what I want at home and relax and take some medicine because
Yeah.
they can't give me any medicine.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. We'll answer the questions towards the end of the live stream. But thank you so much for being our first donation. We'll remember you. We'll always be. We should tattoo this on ourselves. Maybe we should get a marker and write it on our forehead. Jonathan.
Oh, I'm down for getting a face tat.
A face tattoo? Really?
No.
I'm not. Oh,
No.
really?
No.
I'm not much of a tattoo person, so I don't think I would ever get a tattoo. Would you get a tattoo?
I'm really gonna see if my parents will give me one for my birthday, and I want to get song lyrics.
Song lyrics?
There was a Logic quote that I put in my notes, or I was gonna do J. Cole. I was either gonna put "Love Yours" 'cause it's my favorite song.
Yeah.
Or the quote from it, "Beauty in the struggle, ugliness in the success."
That's a good one.
So
I like that.
I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I definitely want to get a tattoo.
Yeah, that'd be a good. Yeah. If it's something like that, then yeah. There's
Should I
some.
leave this here? Should I put it back?
No, I'm gonna leave it here just so like I remember which one. I don't want to
Facts.
lick. I don't want to lick your salt
Yeah.
by accident.
We don't want to lick each other's salt.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. We greatly appreciate that so much.
Thanks, Jonathan.
You're amazing, man. Let's see. Would you be able to check out my song Tundra by Young Jonesy on SoundCloud? I will check that out. I'll make sure to go back in the chat afterwards and listen to that song. By the way, guys, you see over here, it shows you what song this is playing right now, right? So right now we're playing Pressure by Prese. There's a Spotify playlist that if you go down to the description, it's just mine and Prese's songs from like our currently released projects, and then just in general our released projects, right? So if you want to check it out, listen to more of our songs, links are in the description. Also his social media is there, my social media is there. So, cool.
Yeah. So I think I have one more question for you.
Yeah.
The final one. Actually, I have two. But, so, what content do you have? Obviously, you just dropped an album.
Yeah.
But what content do you have coming out the whole 2019, and what are some of your goals for 2019?
2019. So, I have my album. For right now, I think there's gonna be a break for music. I'm gonna like take maybe like a month or so off so that I can like, you know, have time, because I just released like a huge project.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to like let it settle for a little, and then I'll probably start working on. Sorry, I don't know why I burped. It's the salt. The salt's getting to me.
It has my throat a little dry. I feel it.
But yeah, I think future plans. I'm probably gonna start releasing more singles. Project wise, I don't think I got another project in mind.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, I don't like honest. In all honesty, I don't know what can top Music Therapy. Like Music Therapy was like my most heartfelt project. If I do a project, it's gonna be something like more laid back. You know,
It's
not
great that you set that standard for yourself, because now you're not gonna put something out unless it's as good or better.
yeah.
So like, it's good that you did that now, because now we know it's like, all right, that's like that's the base now.
Yeah.
So it's either like I have to improve from there, and that's gonna be tough. But I believe that you can.
Thank you. I'm scared for that. I feel like if I release something, people are gonna be like, oh, it's not as good as Music Therapy, or like, you know, nothing's gonna top Music Therapy. But I mean, if I think about that myself, then obviously I'm not gonna think I'm gonna top Music Therapy. So yeah, I will top Music Therapy. We'll see. But 2019, after I graduate high school, the plan is to do music full time. So college is like kind of like not a thing for me.
It's on the back burner.
Yeah, exactly. So my family supports me 100% with like my music. They want me to keep continuing because I've been building something really great. You know, it's all because of you guys. You're amazing. So basically, right now, what the plan is after high school when they graduate, just posting tutorials. You know, helping everybody as much as I can. Making a course, like a whole course about like music, like how to make music like on FL Studio and stuff like that. And yeah, like it's just a, you know, I don't think I have like a set. I mean, for like right now, a lot of it is like just making videos, helping people as much as I can, and like try to get more, like obviously make a living off of it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But the main plan right now, well, finish high school, then start doing like nonstop tutorials, like, you know, every single day, as much as I can. So yeah.
So, I have a big question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit.
All right.
So, we've made how many songs? 3 songs together?
Yeah.
Lost in Love, 2020 Vision,
And One Up. Yeah.
So, and I think that people really like those songs. So I was wondering if later in the year, if we could get a little collab EP going.
Right here, we're announcing it right here.
I mean,
I'd love to do that.
That would
honestly,
be fun.
It would be fun.
And I'm planning on getting more into producing.
Yeah.
So we could like, you know, produce it together and really.
That'd
like,
be really fun.
I think it'd be cool.
Actually, I have a song that I made back in 2015 that I'm planning on like going back to this year and releasing it. It's a rap song about like, it's called like Game Over, and it's like an 8-bit like rap style song. And I have my uncle, I'm rapping in there, my uncle's rapping in there, because like my uncle's actually a really good rapper, so I wanted him to rap in there. And then I was like, you know what, since we're bringing this back, and like now that I like know you more so, like I want you to be part of that song too, so you'll see in the future. But yeah, I'd definitely be down to do like a, you know, like a collab EP.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
Just a couple songs.
Couple cool songs. That'd be really fun.
Yeah,
that'd be super cool.
We can mix some genres together.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
That'd be really fun. So, I have a question. Is first vocal, or I think it's supposed to be or be, not it be? Can you teal me? I will teal you, but I want to wait until after we get Tegan's interview, and then after we do Tegan Prese. I keep saying Tegan because that's what I call him, but he's Prese. This is Prese, guys.
This is
Prese, the president of rap. I want to get through his interview first. Then we're gonna answer questions. I asked some questions I know I have some questions on Instagram that I want to answer. Think he's got some questions on Twitter. Oh, not again. Hold on. I'm gonna be fast this time. Don't worry. Technical difficulties.
But yes, so we will be answering that question. It'll be in a little bit. But that is a good question because a lot of people have different answers for it.
That is true. You see, I'm using a Canon camera as my webcam. The thing about Canon is that it's awesome, but like there's so many setbacks to it. And like I think in the future I'm gonna end up getting a new camera because Canon just automatically turns off. Like sometimes
After like a certain amount of time.
Yeah, exactly. I even have it. You know what's stupid? I have it set to never turn off, and it's still turning off.
That's how it be, man. Technology.
So,
gift and curse.
no worries. You're welcome. Thank you, Jonathan. You're amazing. You're an amazing guy.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you. I'm actually entertained. That's my dad, Jose. Thank you, Papa Se. I appreciate you.
That's our goal. Keep you guys entertained.
Exactly. Let's see. See you at the top. Juicy Josh, my friend Josh. We used to play video games together back in the day when I was in middle school, early high school. Those were the days. I miss you, Josh. I'm glad you're watching us right now. How long you spent on learning in FL Studio? Again, we'll be answering those questions. Thank you for leaving them. We'll be answering that later on. PogChamp, that's like a long time ago. Do you know what PogChamp is? It's
No.
It was a streamer thing back in the day. I don't know if they still do that because I don't watch Twitch, but I remember like back in Twitch live streams, there'd be like people saying like PogChamp, like it's like an emote.
Okay.
That was like, I remember that. Anyway, what does EP stand for again? Okay, that I don't know. I mean that's like a question, but that's like relevant to what we were saying.
Yeah.
EP stands for extended play,
which confuses me.
Because it's not extended. It's like
not
super
extended.
small.
It's supposed to be short.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a short, just like basically a short album.
Yeah.
Twitch emotes. Yeah, I wish we had emotes here. I wish I could make my own custom emotes because that'd be super fun.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Pretty Young Thing. Look at that. Now playing Pretty Young Thing. We're Prese. All right. So, we're going on to you now, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do some.
We are in.